You think that body weight training means that you have to go bicep less? Not if you're training with ATHLEAN-X, and not if you watch what I show you here today. What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. Bicep training and bodyweight training. For a lot of you, they don't mix, right? There's not a, how can you possibly train your biceps when you have to rely on pulling? And if you haven't heard about the ATHLEAN-X program, that's the new bodyweight program from ATHLEAN-X. No bands, no bars, no bench, no bull, right? So there are no bars allowed, so forget that. So if you think that that's all you can do, I'm here to show you today. I'll show you 3 exercises that you can do to disprove that. Again, I don't care if I'm in an Xbox filled with equipment or in a cardboard box. It's my job to be able to show you guys alternatives and things you can do. So the first one starts right here up against the wall. Now don't tell me you don't have a wall, because you got to have something that you're standing in. And unless you were airdropped in here, there's a door and there's a wall. So what you do is you get into a wall, against the wall. Now understand, if I don't have a bar and I need resistance, I can use my leg. The thing is, if I do a normal bicep curl, I'd have to be able to curl all the way to the top in order to get contraction. Well, I'm sorry, I'm somewhat flexible, but not all that flexible. I can't get my leg up to here, up to my neck level. So what you do is you make a change. You change the orientation of your body. So what we do in this case is we lean forward. So we're going to cross over, going to grab underneath the ankle, and instead of trying to curl up to here, which would be half range of motion, we just simply lean forward, okay? So from here, my job is to curl the weight up to the shoulder here, you know, up until a peak contraction. Guys familiar with ATHLEAN-X, we have the fielder curl where you're actually in this bent over position. It changes the strength curve so that your peak contraction occurs at around the halfway point as opposed to all the way up. So it's actually perfect for what we're trying to do here. So I'm leaned over and I'm using my leg as resistance. If I want more resistance, I simply push my leg down that way, back to where it started. If I want less resistance, I let it come up. But cooler, once I get it to the top here, I can push and do eccentric training for my bicep too. So again, here, pushing down and not letting it extend. Push, 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 and not letting it extend. And then I can work on the concentric by pushing down with my leg and trying to curl against that resistance. I mean, it's actually even better than a bar if you get good at managing your resistance, because we have adaptable resistance around the whole way. Let me hit the floor now and show you another thing you can do that doesn't even require a wall. Okay, so here we are back down on the floor now. And again, another example, because as I said with ATHLEAN-X, the goal with that program was to eliminate excuses. Bodyweight training can certainly be hard, it can be challenging, it can be muscle building, but you have to eliminate the excuses. And one of them is, again, that you can't build biceps doing bodyweight. Wrong, right? We're going to show number 2 why that is. If you come down to the ground here, you may have seen this exercise as an option before. When you lay on your side, you put your arm flat on the ground, get this arm out of the way, and then you pull yourself up like that. Okay? Trying to eliminate the abs, and you pull up. The problem that I have here is that there's too much surface area here. You know, you've got your whole forearm up against the ground. The more surface area you have, the more your tendency is going to be to push through there to drive you up and pull you through. So we make one slight tweak to this, and it actually gives us more range of motion to get the job done at the same time. So get more of a peak contraction. You just turn a little bit, okay? So you're up where your elbow's in contact with the ground, but the forearm isn't. The legs, instead of being pancaked down to the ground here, are off the ground. The arm is up over here, and then I pull all the way up, and because I can keep going, I can actually allow the knees to come in a little bit and really get a peak contraction here on the biceps. I go down, I can let the legs extend a little bit, then I come up, again, pull real hard with this hand, let the legs come in to keep the peak contraction a little bit more, and then go down. Again, the challenge here is to try to keep the abs out of it as much as you can, and let the arm and the elbow do the work to pull you all the way up. Okay, so again, on fire, and do 10 or 12 of them. Guys, this is one of those exercises where Is it a little awkward looking? Sure, it's not how we're used to training biceps. But get down on the ground, try one, see if it makes your biceps work, and then leave the comment or leave the thumbs up, because you're going to see it absolutely does. Now, one more for you, kind of extend it beyond just the floor to show you things that you can do as you're walking out of the room. Alright, so before we leave today, why don't we show you one more exercise that you can do when you're leaving. Right here in the door. Now, a cool part and feature of the ATHLEAN-X program is this extended series. We call it ATHLEAN Extended. I say bodyweight training, you want to do it with absolutely nothing, with not even a single piece of equipment. I've got an entire program for you, and that's what we did. But let's say, like most of us, 95% of us can find other things around the house, countertops, doorways, hardwood floors, chairs, couches, things like that, that we can actually do really unique stuff on that can complement the program. We came up with a whole series of these. They work right in with the XERO program, and it gives us alternatives that you can switch out on the fly. Really cool feature. But one of them is right here in the doorway. If you get in a regular doorway and you sort of straddle the door jamb, all right, if you stand fairly close to it, so your feet are fairly close to the bottom of the wall here, that's actually about how close you'd want to be, okay, to start off. Now, when you come up, if your hand is right here on the door frame, on the inside of the door, I'm basically going to pull, and then as I come up, the hand is going to try to turn. Okay, so you're going to just basically turn the forearm. The hand is fixed on the inside, so the forearm will turn in order to get that supination at the top. So basically, I'm pulling my body weight in, and I'm turning the forearm up at the top. Now, I could already get a good contraction of the bicep here, but that's not enough. Okay, this is a little too easy. Anybody that does TRX stuff will know that this incline is too high to cause a lot of resistance. So what do? Again, because we're straddled around the doorway, we step through the door. And we step through the door. Now my other foot's in the same position on the inside of the door. Now I lean back in here, and as I come up, it's already a lot harder, and I pull and turn the forearm. Up and turn the forearm. Up and turn the forearm, okay? So again, all the way up, pull, 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 dead weight. My body is complete dead weight at this point. All the way up and pull, and then down. So, as you can see, guys, lots of options. Extinguish the whole idea here that you cannot do bodyweight training and bicep training at the same time. Same applies to back. There's a lot of ways to train your back without getting on a pull-up bar and relying on the same old, or bars or dumbbells. As a matter of fact, as I said, all that in the ATHLEAN-X program. Guys, regardless, if you have equipment, if you don't have equipment, we've got programs for you at ATHLEANX.com. The main thing is you got to get started, and you got to start training the right way. Whether it be the tweak over here on the wall of getting your body in the right position to take advantage of the fact that you don't have external weight, or whether it be things like this on the ground or other creative things to do, that's the whole point of here at ATHLEAN-X, create functional, athletic, strong bodies. And I think we're doing a good job of it, because you guys are all transforming yourselves using the information. So leave your comment below. Let me know if you try a few of these. In the meantime, if you want the ATHLEAN-X program, head over to ATHLEANX.com. Over there as well, ATHLEAN-X, ATHLEAN-X2, all other things there too. I'll see you guys back here next week. In the meantime, have a good rest of your weekend.